Welcome to Maths and Science by IITian channel. Today I will be taking up a lecture on equations of motion. Equations of motion is one of the important topics in physics from which we will derive the quantities: velocity, acceleration, deceleration, and the motion of the particle or a rigid body. Equations of motion means whenever any force is applied, how the motion of the particle or a rigid body takes place. With the help of the Newton's laws, we know that F is equal to ma. From there, we can find out acceleration is equal to F by m. We can find out from kinematics V is equal to U plus At. V square minus U square is equal to As. S is equal to S is equal to Ut plus half At square. But they are all for a particular path. Here we will be taking up a path of the particle is not regular, but it is little bit deviant from the regular geometry. It is not in a straight line, it is not in a circle. Deviant from the regular geometry we use in other particle motions. If the particle moves in a path like x is equal to a into theta plus sin theta, y is equal to a into 1 minus cos theta, how we define it in x and y? It will be very difficult. Then we have to find out the x and y coordinates. From those coordinates we have to go for the tracing of the curve. From tracing of the curve, application of the forces. For example, it's like a bead. Bead means small iron ball, a bead. And the shape is like this, let us say. It's not a circle. It's not a circle. Please remember that. It's a difficult shape like this. X is equal to a into theta plus sin theta. Y is equal to a into 1 minus cos theta. The bead is moving from here to here in this direction and touching here and going here. That bead is moving. Occupying different positions at different times. Here is the bead. After some time it goes here. Then how the acceleration, velocity, time, all these parameters are related. X is given as a into theta plus sin theta. Y is given as a into 1 minus cos theta. How to find out the position of a bead? For finding the position of a bead, we require, or finding the behavior of a bead, state of a bead, we require position and velocity. At the same time, to know the equations of motion, in which path it moves, how it moves, at what time it is there, at what place. These questions can be answered by equations of motion. For linear motion, linear kinematics, we have got different elementary physics formulae. Especially this type of problems can be solved by the technique of Lagrangian. And another technique is also there, Hamiltonian. That is little bit advanced to Lagrangian. For few lectures, we will talk about Lagrangians, how to find out the Lagrangians, and from Lagrangians, how to find out the equations of motion. If L is a Lagrangian, if L, Lagrangian is denoted by this L, then equation of motion, that is called as EOM, can be found by d by dt by dl by d theta dot, or you can say dou L, partial derivative, minus dou L by dou theta is equal to 0. This is the equation of motion. Then what is L? L is equal to Lagrangian is equal to T minus V. T is the kinetic energy, which we know very well. It is the kinetic energy, and V is the potential energy, which I have spoken many times. For V, you please refer to my earlier lectures, potential energy. Lagrangian is difference between kinetic energy and potential energy. And once we get the equation of kinetic energy and potential energy of this particle, then we will be able to get the Lagrangian for it. And from Lagrangian we can easily find out the equation of motion. There are two steps involved. In this particular Lagrangians, we do not consider the forces, we do not consider the vectors. Vectors, forces, all these problems are solved only with the help of conservation of energy principle. We will be finding the equations of motion. I have already given an introduction in my previous classes, indirectly hinted about finding the equations of motion from energy conservation principles. That's nothing but Lagrangian principles. Let us move forward. What is question? Question is, write the equations of motion when x is equal to, what is x is given as? X is equal to a into theta plus sin theta. A is some constant, theta is a variable, theta plus sin theta. Y is equal to a into 1 minus cos theta. This is what is the trace of the curve is given, x and y coordinates are given. Now we have to find out the equations of motion. For finding the equations of motion, first we have to find out the Lagrangian. Now we will go for the solution. Those who are not from physics graduation or physics postgraduates, for 12th class students have come out and studied the elementary physics in your classes. Velocity is written as V, velocity. This is nothing but dx by dt in linear terms. That is equal to linear velocity. This in advanced physics classes it is written as x dot. Please remember this, because this is a simple method, Lagrangian method. You can apply even though you have learnt your regular physics in a different way. Please try to understand and grasp the concepts so that If the question is given in JEE Advanced or JEE Mains, this type of tough question, difficult question, then don't get disturbed by it. You can solve it very easily. Don't try to solve for the trace of the bead by telling that x and y will convert it into x square plus y square or x cube plus y square, y cube or x to the power of n plus y to the power of n something. No, don't do that. It's a very simple method. Try to understand. Instead of v, I am writing x dot. Acceleration a, instead of dx by dt, it is x dot. This is d square x by dt square. Do you agree? If there are two differentiation, then x will get two dots. X dot is equal to dx by dt, x double dot is equal to d square x by dt square. And then angular velocity. Angular velocity is rate of change of angle, that is d theta by dt, that is equal to theta dot. Angular acceleration. Once you get these notations correctly, it will be very easy for you. Because instead of writing d square theta by dt square in the whole equation, I will write theta double dot. For example, here I will make you understand further. F is equal to ma. That is equal to, if I have to write in calculus, it will be m d square x by dt square. Instead I will write m x double dot. Acceleration is a linear acceleration which I have written as mx double dot. It will be easier, looks simple also, and easier to write. For example, another example we will take. P is equal to mv, that is momentum, m into dx by dt, which I will write it as mx dot. Instead of writing m into dx by dt, I will write mx dot. And my equation of motion involves my linear velocities, linear accelerations, and angular velocities and angular accelerations. I use the symbols instead of v, a, and dx by dt, d square x by dt square, d theta by dt or d square theta by dt square. I will use the symbols x dot, x double dot for linear, and theta dot and theta double dot for angular. This is for linear values, this is for angular values. This is velocity, this is acceleration. This is angular velocity, this is angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. You are able to understand now? Now, what is T then? T is equal to kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? Half mv square, you know it. Instead of writing half mv square, can I write this way? Half mx dot square. What is the potential energy? mgh. H is nothing but y. mgy, because we are dealing in x and y. How simple we have written our kinetic energy and potential energy. Now, from the definition of Lagrangian, what is Lagrangian? Lagrangian is equal to kinetic energy minus potential energy. What is kinetic energy? Half mx dot square. What is potential energy? Minus mgy. Can we replace the values of x, x dot, x double dot, y, y dot, y double dot? For example, x dot is the velocity in x direction. Simply, you just see, nothing, very easy. Y dot is equal to velocity in y direction. Just you see. X double dot is equal to acceleration in x direction. Y double dot is equal to acceleration in y direction. Many times I told you x and y directions, they are not only they are perpendicular, orthogonal, but need not be parallel to the earth surface. They can be inclined surface also. X direction, y direction accordingly. Further, this amount of this is Lagrangian. Liberty is there with x and y here. Now, Lagrangian we have to write in terms of thetas, because x is equal to some theta. In form of theta it is given. What is given? X is equal to a into theta plus sin theta. Can we write this way? A theta plus a into sin theta. Now, let us try to find out x dot. X dot is dx by dt. That means d by dt of a theta plus a into sin theta. That is equal to a into d theta by dt plus a into d by dt of sin theta. You may be surprised how to find out the d by dt of sin theta. You have to differentiate with respect to theta first, and then again you have to write d theta by dt. This is nothing but a into theta dot plus a into d by d theta of sin theta into d theta by dt. Please look into your mathematics, calculus. This is the most important step in this equation. D by dt of sin theta is not equal to 0, because theta is also varying with respect to time. Theta is varying with respect to time, because angle is varying. Theta is a variable, theta is not a constant. Please try to understand. Theta is equal to variable, it is not a constant. Hence, d by dt of some variable, Sin theta is a variable. Theta is variable, sin theta is variable. Some variable means d by d theta of sin theta, that particular value, into d theta by dt. Please, here d by dt of sin theta, because theta is a variable, is equal to d by d theta of sin theta. If theta is a constant, it will become 0, but it is not a constant. With respect to time, theta is varying. D by d theta of sin theta into d theta by dt. Please understand this step. Very, very important step. Now, what is x dot? From this, x dot is equal to a into theta dot plus d by d theta of sin theta is cos theta, a into cos theta into d theta by dt is equal to theta dot, because theta is varying with respect to time. Theta dot is nothing but d theta by dt. Are you able to understand this equation? Now similarly, as a homework, you find out y dot. What is y? Y is equal to, given as a into 1 minus cos theta. Y is equal to a into 1 minus cos theta. That is equal to, that implies y dot is equal to d by dt of a into 1 minus cos theta. That implies y dot is equal to d by dt of a. A is a constant, so that it is 0 minus d by d theta of cos theta into d theta by dt. That is equal to cos theta derivative is minus sin theta. Minus into minus is becomes a plus. That means it is a into sin theta theta dot. Y dot is equal to a into sin theta theta dot. If you are able to write these equations fast and with ease, it will be very convenient. Lagrangian. What is Lagrangian ultimately? Then, what is the kinetic energy? Half mv square. If in the x direction velocity, it is in the y direction. Velocity in y direction. X dot is velocity. You just see how easily we have found out in x direction. Then net velocity will be square root of x dot square plus y dot square. Whole square is half into m into square root of x dot square plus y dot square whole square. That means kinetic energy is equal to half into m into x dot square plus y dot square. If x and y are defined separately in a plane, then we will get x dot square, and moment is in a plane. It is not on a line. It is not a linear movement. It is a two-dimensional motion, because it is like this. Bead is moving this way, so that it is two-dimensional. It will have both in both the directions velocity. Hence, kinetic energy is equal to half m into x dot square plus y dot square. This you got. Then what is the potential energy? Potential energy will be only because of change of height in the y direction. That is V is equal to mgy. That is equal to mg into a into what is y value? Y is, you just see what we have defined by a into 1 minus cos theta. 1 minus cos theta. Then what is the kinetic energy? Half m into x dot square. X dot square is a theta dot plus a cos theta theta dot whole square. A theta dot plus a. These are all simple mathematical equations. These are all simple. Y dot square is a sin theta theta dot. Just you have to practice how to write this with a theta, that's all. You expand, you get the values. Ultimately V is equal to, I am going slow because I want to make you understand the process. mga into 1 minus cos theta and kinetic energy T is equal to, let us write it as T instead of Ke, half into m into a square theta dot square plus a square cos theta, this is 2a square cos theta theta dot square plus a square sin square theta theta dot square. Don't make mistake anywhere. This is 2 arrow, this is another. A square cos square theta theta dot square. Then what it is? It is just nothing but trigonometry we are doing. Simple trigonometry. A square sin square theta plus a square cos square theta, that is 1. A square theta dot square. A square theta dot square plus a square theta dot square plus 2a square theta dot square into cos theta. That is equal to half m into 2 a square theta dot square plus a square theta dot square cos theta. Are you able to understand? That is equal to 2 gets cancelled, ma square theta dot square into 1 plus cos theta. Very simple. What is 1 plus cos theta? Cos theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. 1 get cancelled. 2 cos square theta by 2. That's all. That means 2ma square cos square theta by 2 into theta dot square. Very simple simplification. V is equal to mga into mg a into 1 minus cos theta is equal to you can keep it as it is also, no issues, because it's simple equation. Now, what is the Lagrangian? When we make the Lagrangian, then from equation of motion we will be able to easily understand. What is the Lagrangian? L is equal to T minus V. We have only simplified, that's all. Otherwise you can directly write T value and V value and get it. What is the Lagrange? Now we will write Lagrangian. First we will write here what is V. V is equal to mGa into 1 minus cos theta. What is the kinetic energy T? T is equal to ma square theta dot square into 1 plus cos theta. This value. Now, what is Lagrangian? Lagrangian is equal to L is equal to T minus V. What is T? ma square theta dot square into 1 plus cos theta minus mGa into 1 minus cos theta. Now, with respect to partial differentiation with respect to theta dot, we will keep all other things as constant. That is equal to ma square into 2 theta dot, because theta dot square differentiation is 2 theta dot with respect to theta dot into 1 plus cos theta will be 1 plus cos theta will be, that is constant, it will remain constant. Then 1 plus cos theta will be, we can write it as 2 cos square theta by 2. That means 4 ma square theta dot into cos square theta by 2. Then what is the value of dou L by dou theta? In both the equations, kinetic energy and potential energy theta is there. Hence, we cannot consider only one. Here it will be 0, because this will be 0 for dou by dou theta dot. This value will be 0. So that hence we have not considered. Now dou L by dou theta. Dou L by dou theta, theta is there in both the sides. Now dou L by dou theta, let us calculate. What is dou L by dou theta? ma square theta dot square, because theta dot will be constant. 1 plus cos theta will be 1 minus 0 minus sin theta. Do you agree? Minus mGa into 1 minus cos theta will be 0 plus sin theta, because cos theta d by d theta is minus sin theta. That is equal to ma square theta dot square minus ma square theta dot square sin theta minus mGa sin theta. This is the value of dou L by dou theta. That is equal to minus ma square sin theta into theta dot square minus mGa sin theta. This is the, we will go for writing the equation of motion. What is equation of motion? D by dt of dou L by dou theta dot minus dou L by dou theta is equal to 0. You please remember this. This is for Lagrangian. When you use the Lagrangian, This will be the equation of motion. Now, dou L by dou theta, we already know what it is. And d by dt of dou L by dou theta t, that we have to calculate. Dou L by dou theta dot. D by dt of dou L by dou theta dot is 4 ma square theta dot cos square theta by 2. 4 ma square theta dot into cos square theta by 2. This is the d by dt of dou L by dou theta dot. That will be equal to, we can take 4 ma square as common into d by dt of cos square theta by 2 into theta dot. I told you theta varies with respect to time. Hence, when you take out d by dt of this, then it will be in the compound formula. D by dt of first value and d by dt of second value, everything we have to do separately. Now, this becomes 4 ma square. Please do the derivative on your own. Cos square theta by 2 d by dt, what it happens? D by d theta of cos square theta by 2 and d theta by dt. Like that we have to write. Then when you expand this, this will be minus sin theta by 2 into theta dot square plus cos square theta by 2 into theta double dot. You just see UV formula. What is that? UV dash plus VU dash. This is UV dash. This is VU dash. For example, if you want to cross check, you can cross check. D by dt of, let us say first one, cos square theta by 2. Here theta is variable of time. This will be equal to d by d theta of cos square theta by 2 into d theta by dt. That's what I told you earlier. D by d theta of cos square theta by 2 will be minus sin theta by 2. Two into sin theta cos theta by 2, that is sin theta. 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2 is equal to sin theta whole divided by 2 into d theta by dt is equal to theta dot, that is minus sin theta half into minus sin theta into theta dot. then the theta dot is multiplied by theta dot. Then this become theta dot square. This is half into sin theta. Theta dot into theta dot is theta dot square. That is d by dt. First, u v dash plus u v dash. Now I think you might have understood. This is a very simple one. Now, this we have got. This is only hint. This is the hint I have given you. How to solve. If two variables are there. Then, we got the answer. D by dt of dou L by dou theta dot and dou L by dou theta also. What is the dou L by dou theta value? We have already have minus ms square sin theta theta dot square minus mga sin theta. Now, equation of motion will be d by dt dou L by dou theta dot minus dou L by dou theta is equal to 0. That implies 4ma square into minus sin theta by 2 into theta dot square plus cos square theta by 2. Here sin theta whole by 2, here theta by 2 only. Theta double dot minus dou L by dou theta. What is dou L by dou theta? ms square sin theta theta dot square. Minus into minus will become plus. We will make it as a plus. ms square sin theta ma square sin theta theta dot square plus mga sin theta. Now when you simplify, equation of motion becomes two ma square minus 2ma square sin theta into theta dot square plus ma square sin theta into theta dot square plus 4ma square cos square theta by 2 into theta double dot plus mga into sin theta is equal to 0. You just see how good the equation of motion. It's not that easy to that you calculate the forces and find out the equation of motion. Because of Lagrangian, we are able to do it. It's not a linear motion. It's a curved motion. It's not a circular motion. Then the final equation will be this and this, they get cancelled, minus ma square sin theta theta dot square plus 4ma square cos square theta by 2 theta double dot plus mga sin theta is equal to 0. After further simplifying, by dividing it by ma square, we will get the answer as 4 cos square theta by 2 into theta double dash minus sin theta into theta dot square plus g by a into sin theta, that is equal to 0. This is the final equation of motion when x is given in terms of theta and a and y is given in terms of theta and a, and they are following a not a regular shapes, a different shape, then we will get. That means for any shape, let the particle follow any shape, we will be able to find out the equation of motion with the help of the Lagrangian. That is the beauty of this Lagrangian mechanics, and the toughest one I have taken, the tough one I have taken today, so that you will understand the depth of it. Then we will do simple ones like simple pendulum, a block moving on the what you call inclined plane. These are all very simple problems when you think of this problem. It's a bit of following a very difficult path, and this type of equations when we are able to solve, then other problems on plane shapes, it will be very easier for solving with Lagrangian. Now this is the equation, and with this I want to conclude the class. It is little bit lengthier, but still you see this video number of times to understand it and ensure that you understand the Lagrangian. Then we can move on to the simpler methods as we proceed further. Best of luck to everybody. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for viewing this lecture. And if you feel there is a value addition to you because of this lecture, kindly share my videos and kindly subscribe to my channel Maths and Science by IITian. I will go with a simpler problem in the next class. We will continue the Lagrangian. Don't be afraid of Lagrangian. Lagrangian is a very simple way of finding the equations of motion in the mechanics. It's very simple. Because it's a lengthy problem I have taken in the first class. Don't worry about it. It's very simple. We'll do some simple problem in the next lecture. Best of luck to you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for viewing my lecture. Thank you.